everybody, it's Skedaddledoggo, and I'm just going to film a quick video on some general fursuiting tips that I learned over my approximately 2 years of fursuiting, just to help people out, and feel free to leave your own in the comments below. So my first tip is to get a little backpack to use while fursuiting. JanSport has these little, I believe they're called like pint-sized backpacks, but they're just tiny backpacks. There's my hand for comparison, and they look really cute when they're on a fursuit, and they're also like the perfect size for holding the stuff that you might need, like your phone, your card key to get back into the room, maybe some money, just anything that you might need while you're at fursuiting, especially at a convention. And you can also like dress them up. I have dressed mine up with all kinds of like keychains and pins and stuff, and it just looks really cute, and it's also very practical. Another storage tip, if you don't want to use your backpack or you just don't want to carry it around all the time, is you can sew a little pocket into your fursuit body itself. This is Skedaddle's bodysuit. Those are her legs, and this is actually on the underside of her calf padding, which is right here, so you don't see it or feel it at all. And it is the perfect size for my phone. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. So yeah, it's the perfect size for my phone, so I can still have that with me while I'm suiting, and I can also stick my hotel card key in there, and no one will know, and it is all securely in there. And this is just a super basic stitch. I did it and I am not good at sewing. It's just really basic. I just took a piece of fabric and just easily stitched it in here, and then added buttons to seal it up. So yeah, real simple and really useful, especially if you're suiting by yourself. You really don't want to be out without a phone in case of an emergency, or to contact friends, or just if you get bored, to be able to have your phone with you. So yeah, it's a good option. While I have my bodysuit out, here's a good time to talk about these. These are scent bags that go inside your fursuit, and they have baking soda in there to pull out moistures and bad scents, and they are also scented with a really nice fragrance that'll keep your suit smelling really nice. Mine is Coffee Cake for Skedaddle, and it keeps it really fresh and smelling great, and they are so useful. This is the one that hangs on the bodysuit. I also have some that go in the feet and the hands and all that. These ones are in particular made by Plushydog, who I'll link in the description. I know there's some other people that do it, but I personally only tried Plushydog, so that's what I recommend. And yeah, it really makes you smell great, and I totally recommend. The second tip especially applies if you're flying to a furry convention and you have a large suit, like, you know, digigrade or padded suit. I have 2 digi-padded suits now, and these are a lifesaver, and these are vacuum bags, face bags. So basically, you put the object inside, be it your bodysuit, your feet, your hands, your arm sleeves, your kigus, any of that, basically anything but the head. You put that in there, and then you pump all the air out of it, and it squishes it down so much, and it's just so useful. I can get everything in 2 bags versus 4 bags that I'd have without these space bags. And make sure that you get the one with the hand pump so that you can squish it back down once you're leaving the convention, because they don't always let you use a vacuum while you're there. I use these Space Saver bags, and I have the jumbo size just because my suits are very big and very thick, and I kind of need that to fit them all the way in. But yeah, space bags are your best friend when flying to a convention. This is a little tip for anyone that might have magnets in their fursuit head, like Archie does. Archie has magnetic eyebrows and eyelids. And something I didn't know when I first bought him is that magnets, when they're left together, actually start to try and pull themselves out of the head. So for instance, if you leave on the magnetic eyebrows, they'll eventually start to pull up, and you can actually see the mark against the fabric from where the little like particles of magnet are trying to pull up. Here is, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that is actually a little mark where that started to happen after leaving it on the angry brow too much. It's not really noticeable except from up close, but it is still a thing I wish I knew. So unless you're wearing your suits, leave the magnetic parts off so they don't start to pull on each other. Just leave them around so you won't lose them, but not actually attached to the suit itself. This is a little thing, but it's something I really enjoy. It's good to hang up your badges. That way you always know how many you have and which ones you have, and you can display them all and choose which one you're going to go suiting with, and make sure you don't lose any. So you can just kind of clip them up to the wall. I used clothespins for some of them, and then just some of the natural hooks that came with the badges, and yeah, just hung them up, and it's really cute. Another trick I've adopted recently is putting my social media information on the back of my badges. That way, if someone takes a picture of me, I can just, and they want to tag me in it, they can just flip it over and be able to see that, because it's hard to speak in fursuit, it's hard to be understood in fursuit, and it's also hard to hear other people while you're in suit, and especially if you have a more complicated username like I do, it's just easier if they can take a picture of that or write it down. And I just printed that out and taped it to the back of each of my badges so that they had that. You can also just put it on your con badge, but this is just another option if for some reason my con badge isn't accessible, but I have it on all of my character badges. This is a super basic one, but fursuit sprays are a lifesaver. They smell so good and they just keep you smelling amazing, and they also let you have a unique scent for your character, and I love them so much. And they also help prevent like any mold or anything growing in your suit from all the sweat and grossness that you put into it. So they are amazing, and you should totally go get some. There's lots of makers that do them. These are Lobita Works. I love them a lot. Plushie Dog also does them. Soap Pony. Oh goodness, there's just so many. Just Google fursuit disinfectant sprays and find one that looks right for you, or make your own. And they are fantastic. This is also a basic one, but be sure to store your fursuit parts, especially the heads, kind of out in the open so that they can breathe and not shoved in a box where they might mold or develop any bad smells. They're best out in the open if you can. Here's kind of a fun trick if you have a candle that you're not using. Put your fursuit head on top of it and it'll smell really, really good. Especially if you kind of make the candle associated with your character, like Skedaddle smells like oats and honey, and it is real cute and just an extra step to keep your fursuit smelling really nice. This is another travel-based tip. If you're flying to a convention, I know some people like to put a little note at the top of their bags with their fursuits in them, just kind of explaining what this is and where they're going, and to be gentle with these handmade, very expensive costumes, just in case the TSA inspects your bag. I've done this before. I don't think my bag actually got inspected, but it's just a pretty smart idea. This stuff is your best friend, especially if you have a white fursuit. It is a carpet cleaner, which fursuits are basically just walking carpets. So it is super useful if you have any kind of stain, especially on like your feet, from just walking around the general grubby earth. Then this will get it out really, really fast and really, really well. It's the best option that I've seen. It's super easy to use. It's called Folex. If you can't find it in your local stores, you can order it online. That's what I had to do because I didn't find it locally. And it only seems to come in a very big bottle, but you can also pour it into tiny bottles. This is what I did just for travel ease, so you can still have it at conventions and not have to bring the gigantic bottle. Just take an unused spray bottle. This is an old Plushie Dog spray bottle, and fill it with Folex, and you can take it to convention. Obviously, I do have another video that goes way more in depth on this, but Bissell Little Greens are a lifesaver for cleaning fursuit parts, especially fursuit heads and fursuit feet. And I just washed some fursuit hands. Yeah, they make it so much easier, and you wouldn't believe the amount of grime they were able to get out of them. So I can link my more in-depth video, but yeah, super useful. Get yourself one of these. Alright, that's about all that I can think of right now, so thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any of your additional tips in the comments or make a response video. I'd love to see, and I just hope you guys have a fantastic day, and thank you for watching. Okay, bye.